All right, big breaking news coming in from America. Under pressure over separation of children from their parents at the border, U.S. President Donald Trump has said that he will be signing something soon to handle family separation at border. That is an executive order. Let's listen into what Trump is saying.
Is that big? Did you use it?
No.
Maybe I'll see you after. Well, thank you very much, everybody. I'll be leaving for Minnesota today. We have 2 stops, one a very big one, and it'll be a lot of fun. I know a lot of you are going with us, so that'll be interesting. We're meeting right now on immigration, and we are very strong at the border. We're very strong on security. We want security for our country. The Republicans want security and insist on security for our country, and we will have that. At the same time, we have compassion. We want to keep families together. It's very important. I'll be signing something in a little while that's going to do that. And the people in this room want to do that. And they're working on various pieces of legislation to get it done. But I'll be doing something that's somewhat preemptive, but ultimately will be matched by legislation, I'm sure. We're having a lot of problems with Democrats. They don't want to vote for anything. They don't care about lack of security. They really would like to have open borders where anybody in the world can just flow in, including from the Middle East, from anybody, anywhere. They can just flow into our country. Tremendous problems with that, tremendous crime caused by that. We're just not going to do it. I do want to say that because we're all so busy, and I just mentioned to the congressmen and the senators in the room that we are going to cancel and postpone tomorrow's congressional picnic. We have a congressional picnic tomorrow, and I was just walking over to the Oval Office and I said, you know, it doesn't feel right to have a picnic for Congress when we're working on doing something very important. We have many things that are important. We're talking about trade, we're talking about many, many things, but it didn't feel exactly right to me. So we will be officially postponing the congressional picnic for tomorrow. We'll make it another time when things are going extremely well. And they are going for the country extremely well. We have record-setting numbers in every way economically, but we want to solve this immigration problem, which is going on for 40 years more. It's been going on forever. And we want to see if we can solve it, so we are canceling or postponing the congressional picnic tomorrow. Would anybody in the room have any question or statement that you'd like to make while the press is here? Anybody? Anybody?
I'll say one, Mr. President.
Yes.
You know, on the issue of immigration, trade, and investment, these are all areas where Congress has a lot of authority under the Constitution, and you have authority, the executive branch.
All right, for more on that big story coming out of the U.S., I'm joined by WION's correspondent, Andrea Arenas. Andrea, thank you so much for speaking to WION. That's a big development. Donald Trump finally giving in to the public pressure, to the global condemnation. Could you please tell us what actually drove Trump to come up with this executive order, which he will be signing soon?
Right. So President Trump has specified that he will soon be signing an executive order. What we know so far is that this would be aimed at keeping families together, however, remaining strong on the border. He says it's a national security issue, keeping our borders safe. We know, however, as you have just mentioned, there has been public outcry throughout the past few days about in regards to these kids being separated from their families, from their mothers, being basically torn away from their parents' arms. It's been over 2,000 kids that have been separated from their parents. What we do know is that President Trump would sign an executive order that would stop that and allow families to remain together for an extended period of time. However, we do not know how long that extended period of time would be.
Right. Andrea, a lot is being talked about the immigration bill that the U.S. is coming up with. Could you please share some details, some points of that immigration bill? And the entire world is waiting with bated breath. And remember, Theresa May, the UK's Prime Minister, has also lashed out at Trump and said that his policy of separating, the zero tolerance policy of separating kids from their parents is disturbing. So could you please tell us what can we expect from this immigration bill?
Well, we do know that Congress is currently working on an immigration bill that would have the same purpose, to allow families to remain together for an extended period of time. This is something that we know the House would vote on tomorrow, on Thursday. However, there is a little bit of a problem when it comes to voting on such legislation, and this dates back to 1997. There is a current law that is aimed at not allowing kids to be detained for a period longer than 20 days. So that's what they have to work with. The White House wants to avoid lawsuits. They want to avoid any problem that comes as a result of this previous existing law. However, stopping this current separation of families, as many critics say, is basically something that President Trump can do through an executive order. So it's within his reach to do something immediately to change this policy.
All right. Thank you so much, Andrea, for that comprehensive update coming in from the U.S. The big story coming out of the White House is that Trump has indicated that he might sign an executive order that will avoid that painful separation of kids from their migrant parents.